I bet you don't remember all the schools you went to growing up.
I bet you I do. I probably went to all of them.
Yeah, you had a pretty. You went to so say it again.
I went to Wiggins.
From what?
Kindergarten to 5th grade.
Kindergarten to 5th grade. Wiggins.
Yeah.
One
school.
All right. Where's Wiggins?
So Wiggins is on 4th Street.
Downtown.
Yes.
Okay.
Downtown. So I went to Wiggins from kindergarten to 4th grade.
How was that experience, by the way?
It was fine. Like I don't remember all my teachers.
Right.
I don't have that. But I do remember the principal. His name was Mr. Monk. I remember my kindergarten teachers was Ms. Tolliver and I only remember Ms. Tolliver.
When you did go to kindergarten, was it all day? Was it morning class or afternoon class?
It was, I think it was a half a day.
Right.
It was a half a day, I think, yeah.
For me, I know specifically I was in the afternoon class.
Yeah, I think I was the morning.
Oh, you were morning class? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember being tired. I do. I remember being tired. But yeah, I think it was a half a day, and back then it was like a community. I remember my kindergarten teacher, like she used to walk us home.
Really?
Yeah, it was like this lady, she was light-skinned, very, very petite. I want to say that was Miss Tolliver. I know it was 2 of them.
Okay.
But I only can remember her.
So your overall elementary school experience was great.
Yeah.
How far was Wiggins from your house?
3 blocks.
3 blocks. So it was, okay, in and out. Yeah. Okay, so you graduated from Wiggins.
Yeah.
Do you remember your Wiggins graduation?
I remember the ugly pink dress I had on. I remember we sang that song by Tevin Campbell. Tomorrow will bring.
Yeah. Okay.
I graduated with Hameen Anderson.
Okay.
I graduated with, Richie Nunez.
Okay.
Graduated with him. Like, they all lived downtown. They lived on 4th Street, though.
Okay.
So, like, here's Broadway.
Right.
We lived on this side. They lived on that side.
Okay.
So,
and Broadway is like a major block downtown in Camden.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you remember who attended your graduation?
I want to say my grandma Margaret was there because I
Okay.
remember her being at a couple of my graduations.
Okay.
Probably all of them.
Like, all right. So specifically, do you
I mean,
remember your mom
probably-
and dad being there?
Oh, no, they ain't.
Nah. Okay. So you finish at Wiggins and you go where?
Well, first I went to Hatch.
You went to Hatch in Parkside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now.
I was only there like 2 months.
Okay. Why? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was my own self-consciousness, like the kids like dressed really nice, and I probably didn't. Like, I felt uncomfortable.
Okay.
And I used to go home complaining. So my grandpa, he moved me to Pine Point.
Okay, which is where?
It's in North Camden.
Okay.
So I mean, the city didn't mind because I lived the distance in between both schools.
Okay, so you had the option anyway.
Yes, I wasn't in walking distance of either school. I had to catch the bus.
Okay.
So we just switched over.
And so you like Pine Point better? It was less of a fashion show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Like, the kids was like, they were normal.
Now, were you there for all 3 years?
I was there for that 1 year.
6th grade?
Yes. And
Okay.
then that's when I moved with my dad.
If you care to talk about it, what was the circumstances that caused you to move from your grandparents' house downtown to with your dad in Pensacola?
So when my grandma passed away, like the upkeep of the house wasn't the same.
How'd your grandmom die?
I think she had a stroke.
Really?
She was like 72.
Okay.
I think she had a stroke. She was like mopping the floor.
And the doctor told me that the older that we get, our veins get thinner. And when our veins get thinner, that's what makes like the strokes start coming, basically. Because your veins can't handle the blood pressure going through, right?
Yeah. She was a very, very petite woman too.
Okay.
So it was said
Right.
that she was like stressed out because my mom had stole her Social Security check.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the truth.
Right.
I just know
That's what she said.
I just know that somebody said that somewhere along the way.
Okay.
I mean, like, when you're a kid, nobody's really telling you stuff.
Right.
But it was my sister's birthday. It was August 27th. and we woke up and then like grandma is in the hospital, and we kind of just waited around.
Mm-hmm.
And then my grandpa came back with her clothes and said she had passed away.
Oh,
So
wow, on your sister's birthday.
my sister's birthday.
So she'll definitely never forget that.
Yeah.
So was this the first time that you lost somebody importantly close to you?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel like that affected you? Even looking back now, like how did that affect
No,
you?
I was devastated. I mean, like, I was really scared because I didn't know what was going to happen next. Like, I didn't know if things were going to change for us, or if like my grandpa wasn't going to like want us anymore.
Right.
And then my mom is like out in the world doing her own thing, and like it was just a scary time
Right.
for like, you know, us. And my sister, she was like, I don't know if I should say that. My sister was like always depressed and suicidal, like always. Like every other day, she like I used to be mad at her because she used to always talk about she was gonna kill herself.
Wow.
And I used to hate that.
Right.
You know, like,
Because if she did that, then she leaves you.
no, it wasn't even about her leaving me. It's like, stop complaining all the time. It's not that bad. Like,
Right.
why would you want to kill? Like, I used to be annoyed
Okay.
that was her mindset,
Got it.
but I didn't really know how she was really
What
feeling.
demon she was dealing with, right.
I mean,
Right.
she was older than me, and then like she dealt with her dad passing away because her dad was my mom's husband.
Okay.
So like, you know, and like she had a better connection with my mom because before my mom ran off into the world, she was her mother.
Right.
Like, I don't really remember all of that.
Okay, got
With
it.
my mom being, you know, my mother. So she had that. So I don't know.
So I know that was a struggle, like dealing with your grandmom's loss. So what did change ultimately? Did you notice a change in the house and how things ran? Okay.
So like nobody was cleaning up.
That all stopped.
Nobody was cooking for us.
That all stopped.
That all stopped. Nobody was like taking us out to get things.
The general upkeep of the house just stopped immediately.
It was like a smooth decline. It was
Okay.
like this. Pew! It was like crazy. We were like just getting new clothes, never washing them.
Right.
Clothes just piling up. The house. You ever see hoarders?
Yes.
It wasn't like that bad, but it was just
The
stuff
beginnings of it.
everywhere.
Right.
There's stuff everywhere. Nobody's cleaning up. The floors is not being mopped anymore. Like the furniture is going downhill. And my grandpa, like, he had his little room. He would shut and lock the door at night. And be like, you know.
You just
fed
described
y'all.
most men. If
Yeah,
we lose
like, I
our
fed y'all.
women, the house is going down.
Like, I fed y'all, you good.
Right. He like, I did my job.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So like that changed a lot for us.
Okay.
And like we noticed it, but we also had freedom now. Like we was able to, like we didn't have that mother figure tell when the light outside come on, bring yourself in the house. We didn't have none of that.
That
Like,
all
do
stopped.
What you want. My grandpa used to let
And by the way, you said August
27.
27th? So school is about to start in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody to even make you do your homework.
No, right.
Okay.
No. 6th grade, like I had to go to summer school. Like I missed a crap load of school.
Okay. Oh, so you weren't even going to
Making me
school?
go to school. No.
Okay.
That's another reason my dad came in.
Okay, so your dad noticed this is happening. They probably contacted him.
He probably did.
Okay. And your dad said, I got to step in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wound up going.
Like in my mind though, he was like, I don't want to pay child support. But that's another story. Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
how does it, do you remember like the day your dad came and got you? Well, first of all, did your dad came and get you, or you got dropped off?
Yeah,
He came and got you.
Me.
You
So
remember
my
that day?
grandpa, he came home one day and was like, you know, you're gonna have to go live with your dad. Like we had to go to court and I lost. And I was just like, what?
Oh, wow.
Like, what?
Yeah, out of nowhere. So you had no idea they were going to court.
I was like confused, and then he pulled up like, let's go.
Like,
don't break none of that stuff. Like, let's go.
Minutes later?
No. It was like a week,
A week later?
maybe like a week later.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow.
It's like,
He just
come
showed up. He didn't even call you? He just, wow. Okay. Okay. So with that being said, who was all, like, what siblings were at your grandparents' house still?
So Kendra, my older sister,
Okay.
Kevin, my brother that's 4 years younger than me,
Right.
Tiara and Joy.
Wow. So pulled you away from did any of them go? It was just you?
Just me.
Just you. Wow, so you didn't even see them. Did you still see them? Nah. So you got took into this.
They didn't let me see them.
Okay.
Like, I almost was not able to contact them at all.
Wow, so you're in a whole new world with people you barely know.
Right.
But really, the only,
They were familiar strangers.
Got it. Got it. So now you got to get to know these people, and you're what, 12?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So you were at Pine Point, and now you live in Pennsauken. So where do you go now?
So we lived right on the border of Camden and Pennsauken. So my dad just let me go to Camden school. So I went to East Camden Middle.
Okay.
So I went to East Middle for 7th grade, and then I went to Wilson for 8th grade.
Okay. So what was the what was the difference in your mind between East Camden Middle and Pine Point?
So first of all, East Camden Middle doesn't have windows.
Okay.
So it was like prison.
Right.
So it kind of was like what's the school that was in Fairview?
Morgan Village?
Morgan Village, like that circle
Right.
type of school. So it was like that, but it didn't have any windows. It was a culture shock in the sense that it was like 2 girls that was pregnant
Wow, in middle school.
in middle school.
Okay.
7th grade, 2 girls had babies.
Right.
So like that was like amazing to me. And then some of the kids was mean. Like I was skinny back in the day, and they used to call me flounder fish because I was flat on both sides.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
It was not funny. I was like,
It took a couple of seconds for that to register.
I was like not happy about that.
Kids are so mean, especially in
Kids are
middle
terrible.
school.
Like,
Right,
why
right.
would you say that to
Right.
me? I used to go home like literally putting tissue in my shirt.
Right, because 1 or 2 dumb boys were calling you flounder fish. I hear
It
it.
was all of them.
It was all of them. Got it.
It was all of them, but yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I had a couple friends like the girls.
Okay.
In 7th grade, it was all love. Like we stayed together one class,
Right.
and the teachers kind of came to us. So it was just us as a group. But when we got in the 8th grade, it was different. Like we switched classes, just like the high school kids. We switched classes. We had one class, but we moved as a unit.
Got it. Right.
So
Okay.
I hated a couple of girls in the 8th grade.
Got it. So now you're in a bigger school in 8th grade.
School, yeah.
Right. So you go to Woodrow Wilson, which is the high school in East Camden, but they had 8th grade back then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that might have been the one and only year they did that.
What, they were experimenting or something?
I suppose.
Okay. How was that? How was that experience?
I loved it.
You loved it?
I mean, it made me feel like I was like a big person.
You reached the
Like
big
we
show.
had the same benefits as the high school kids. Like we was allowed to go outside for lunch. We was allowed to like roam around the school. I'm not sure if the kids was able to play sports with the high school kids. 'Cause
Right.
I didn't play sports, so I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if they was able to do that. But like we was able to everything else. We had lunch with them.
Okay.
We did all that stuff.
So did you do 9th through 12th grade at Woodrow Wilson?
I did not. So after 8th grade, I went to Penn-Tech. And I went
What's Penn-Tech?
Voki. It's it's a technical school. It's in Pennsauken.
Got it.
And I went there for business.
Okay.
And
What did you want to be?
I don't know. My dad made me
picked
go
the
there.
trade.
Like,
Oh, your
pick
dad
something.
made you go?
Yeah, like pick something.
Okay.
But my brother had graduated class of '93, and I
Okay.
went into high school in '93.
Ah.
So it was pick something.
Okay.
Like first I was in landscaping,
Okay.
but I was like, I'm not playing in dirt.
You didn't like that? You didn't like
I
landscaping?
don't like bugs. I don't like playing in dirt.
Okay,
So I
okay.
changed the business where they was just basically teaching us how to type and freehand, take notes, and like all kinds of like business stuff.
Right.
I didn't know what I wanted to do,
Okay.
but that's
How'd you do with that?
it was fine.
Okay.
It was cool.
You feel like you assimilated well, like with the kids on the high school level?
Yeah. So I had a cousin that went there, so we kind of like clicked up, and I think she was in business with
What's her name?
Katanya.
Shout out to Katanya.
Yeah.
She was looking out for her little cousin.
Well, no, we both was in 9th grade.
Oh, same age. Same age. Okay, so that's cool.
Was in ninth
That's
grade,
cool.
yeah.
So you guys were going through it together, basically. Okay.
So and then like all the years when I was a teenager, coming up, we spent weekends together.
Okay.
Like at my Aunt Vanessa's house.
Got it.
And like she wasn't a stranger or not. Like
Okay,
we
got
was,
it,
like,
got
tight
it.
cousins, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you do ninth grade there?
I did ninth grade and some of 10th, and then
Okay.
I was late too many times, or I don't know. They kicked me out.
Okay. For being late, for missing.
For missing, like you only had so many times before you was in big trouble.
Now, did you walk there? Did you catch the bus?
If I missed the bus, I had to walk.
Okay.
My grandma worked at Cherry Hill East.
Okay.
So she left at like 5 in the morning. So if I missed the bus, I had to walk all the way to Penn.
Now let's talk about that. So you were living with your dad still, right?
No.
Whoa, so we skipped over something.
Okay, so I lived with my dad, I think 8th grade going into 9th, I moved into with my grandma.
So let's talk about that. That's yet another transition for you.
Mm-hmm.
You had a pretty unstable childhood so far.
Yeah.
So you leave your dad's house and move in with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did that happen? If you care to talk about it. If you don't, we skip it.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, no problem. So you with your grandmom now, and this is again this is the East Camden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're going to the vocational school,
Yeah.
and pretty much anybody not in walking distance has to catch the bus.
Right.
And if you miss the bus, then you walk to school?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. So your grandma wasn't making sure you get up early to catch the bus?
Well, she left at 5.
She left at 5. What time were you supposed to catch the bus?
Like 7,
So you-
6:45, 7 o'clock.
So even if she did wake you up, you could have fell back to sleep, right?
Yeah, I was going back to sleep.
Got it,
I mean, for the most part, I was up. Like 9th grade, I was up.
Okay.
But 10th grade, it was kind of like, oh.
Was she pissed off when you got kicked out of school?
No.
Nah.
My grandma didn't get angry about stuff. Like, she just was regular.
So like you just go to the next school.
Well, she was just like, I can't believe you did that. Now you gotta go over there. So I went to Wilson again.
Okay. So you went back to Wilson
I
now?
went back to Wilson, and those same boys was not mean to me anymore.
Of course, because now you starting to
Because,
become
like,
a young
now
lady.
Right.
The
But,
same dudes
I
who was
like-
clowning you and trying to get at you.
Yeah, like. But so I went to Wilson, but I did a lot of like cutting and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
My
By
grandma-
yourself?
No, I hung with these 2 girls.
Okay.
So my grandma got upset about that, like me cutting school and getting bad grades that year.
Okay, so she did get mad at you now.
Did.
Right.
She wasn't like mad at me, but she was kind of like, you got to go somewhere where somebody can really watch you.
Okay, got it.
And then she sent me over to Mike's house.
Mike is
My brother,
your brother. How older is Mike?
5 years.
5 years older. Okay, how was that experience?
It was like military/jail.
With your brother? Okay. Okay.
Like I just thought that it was gonna be like it's my brother.
It's my brother, right?
I live with my brother, and it wasn't like that.
He was hard on you.
Yes.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
I mean, he was just like kind of mean.
Okay.
Like he used to like yell a lot. He slapped me in the face once, left his whole handprint, like right there.
What'd you do?
I ain't do anything. So my cousin was over, and this was like the blizzard, and like 95.
The one you were just referring to? The one that went to Voki with you?
No.
Okay, different
My
cousin.
Nazia was over.
Okay.
And you remember the blizzard in 95?
I definitely do. The snow was up to people's second floor.
Right. So she was over, and she was on the phone, and I didn't know at the time that Mike used to record all the conversations. Right?
You can do that? You can record phone conversations?
He did.
Interesting.
I guess you can. 'Cause
Okay.
he did. So she was on the phone.
Well, the FBI does it, right?
Talking fresh. She was talking fresh. But, like, not saying bad words and stuff. Like, I remember what she said, but I'm not going to say it.
Right.
But she was, like, talking fresh, and he was, like...
On the phone with some boy.
Pissed off about it.
Okay.
He
So what did that have to do with you?
came and slapped me and put her out in the snow.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes, he
Okay.
was like, school let out at 2:50. If you are not home by 3:15, I'm coming to look for you.
Okay.
So, like, I knew that, like, I couldn't sit on the ledge with the rest of y'all
Right.
at Camden High. Like, I had to make haste, like, quick.
Got it.
He was just like...
So where did Mike live, by the way?
He lived on Sheridan Street.
Okay.
In Pollock.
In Pollock. How far a walk from Camden High was?
It wasn't that far. It depends on how you, which way you took.
Okay.
So I would like walk past like fairs and turn and cut down.
So you got to walk through Parkside to get to Pollock. Did you ever have any problems? Mm-hmm. You did. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I got jumped by a bunch of girls.
Really?
Yes, I did.
From where? Did you know them?
No, I didn't personally know them, but I mean, I know who they are now.
Okay. Where were they from?
Pollock.
They were from Pollock. They weren't from Parkside, ironically. Okay. Okay.
It was literally from around the corner from where we lived at.
Okay.
And then, like, I don't know, Mike was mad at me because I got jumped, and he's like, you better walk by the house every day.
Okay.
Like, okay. So,
Wow.
like, I walk by their house every day. Even though, like, I was, like, still messed up. Like, I was limping a little bit, and, like, this whole entire nail was off.
Okay.
Like, because he let me get my nails done once, and, like, from me balling my fist up, like, I had pulled my nail, like, all of this was completely off.
Did you say he let you get your nails done once?
Yeah.
It was that kind of strictness?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How long did you last with Mike?
Probably not even a year.
Okay.
Not even a year. Like, it just was like a slow decline. Like, at first, he was like, he got my nails, my hair done, and he bought me some clothes, and then it was like, you can't go outside. You can't talk on the phone. You can't even go to church.
Really?
Like, he didn't want me to go to church because he knew that, like, my grandma wasn't going to be, like, hovering over me. Like, he was like, you go over grandma's house, she might let you use the phone, so no, you can't go.
Okay. What was his problem? What was his deal with letting you use the phone? Boys? Okay. No explanation.
I don't have an answer for that.
Got it.
He just didn't want me to do too much of anything. I mean, I love my brother. I really, really, really do.
Right.
But I think that was his way of protecting me. I don't know. He just,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, he was on 1,000 with you. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah.
So how did you end up? So by the way, so they transfer you to Camden High because you live in that neighborhood now.
Right.
All right. So you said you lasted what, through the end of 10th grade?
So it was kind of 11th grade when I got there.
Okay.
But I lasted, no, not through the end, maybe like to the spring.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
like
it. So by the way, you have no job when you're at Mike's house.
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't allowed to. I barely was allowed to answer the door. But no.
Did you have a bunch of chores?
Yeah.
Was it like Cinderella?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. So one day.
And you weren't the stepsister. You were the actual sister, ironically. It's not funny.
What I was. But yes, I was his actual sister.
Right.
And he had a woman, and who now is his wife. And
Okay.
They've been together like 30 years now, I guess.
Okay.
But that's his wife, and they had a baby. And he's so cute, my little nephew. He was so cute. So like he was like the best part about being there.
Okay, got
So
it.
He was like a little baby.
Right.
But one day, a girl that I went to Wilson with had called, and he let me use the phone.
Okay.
And like she was angry, and like she started getting her clothes and leaving, and he just was like, "You can go stay with grandma for a while." I was so happy. I was so happy.
Your brother picked his wife over you.
I'm okay with that.
And you were
though.
excited.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I didn't want them to break up because, you know.
Right.
I think me being there might have been a strain on their little situation.
Relationship.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't want that for me.
And grandma needed a break. She got her break. And you like, yes.
Break.
Okay.
I was just like so happy.
So he called her. You called her.
I think he just like put my stuff in like a trash bag and dropped me off.
Okay. You didn't care.
I didn't care. I was like so happy.
Right.
And then my grandma let me get a job.
Oh, so what? Your first job in high school was where?
At McDonald's.
Really?
Yep.
The classic teenage first job.
Classic. And
Where was it? Where was it?
It was on Route 30. It's on Route 38.
Okay. In Cherry Hill?
Yep, in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I worked there with a bunch of my girlfriends.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It was
They were already there or they came later?
I can't say. I don't know.
Okay,
Like,
got
we
it.
all kind of got hired at the same time. But
Okay,
was
got it.
Literally like 5 of us.
Okay. Give some of them a shout out. Who were your
So it was
girlfriends?
Sheena.
Sheena, shout out to Sheena.
It was Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Barbara.
Shout out to Barb.
Who else was it? There was a few of us. I can't think of it though.
But that's
It
that.
was Adrian.
Shout out to Adrian. And they're all from Camden.
They're all from Camden. They all went to Camden.
Oh, okay. So you were in a good environment.
Yep.
Getting paid with your girls, doing your thing.
Barely.
Living with your grandma.
Yes, living with my grandma. Yep. Living with my grandma.
What was a good paycheck for you?
$165.
Right.
It was like
net
money.
If you net 165,
Yes.
right.
So like we basically, we get out of school at 250.
Right.
You shift what, like 48.
Okay.
It wasn't really working, but
Right.
it was money. Like you wasn't paying taxes. You weren't paying bills.
Right.
Like if you had a little beeper, a little $30 beeper back in the day.
Right. But it was enough to get your girl needs and your hair done and your nails done.
My grandma still provided all those things for me.
Okay.
So I pretty much was taking my paycheck and buying things for my little sisters that was still downtown.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's what I was doing.
So do you finish at Camden High?
I did.
You graduated?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You remember who all came to your high school graduation?
My grandma.
Your grandma. Okay. Mike didn't come? Come on, Mike. It's all good.
Did he come? No, he didn't come. Did he come? I don't remember.
Okay.
I just know my grandma.
Your grandma was definitely there.
Yes.
Grandma Margaret.
But Mike
Okay.
did, he got me all the stuff for my prom.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Okay,
he,
cool. Oh, you went to the prom?
Yeah.
You still know the guy you went with?
Yeah, me.
Oh, you went back. Heard
So
that.
I did have like a little boyfriend in high school.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say his name. But he started being like overly possessive.
So it seems like all the men you dealt with in your life, like so far, period, like family and relationship wise, were that type of guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like trying to mind control me, but I was like not stupid.
Right.
So I used to tell him like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I broke up with him like right before prom, and he was like kind of like borderline suicidal.
Because you broke up? Wow.
Look, he's gonna know what I'm talking about.
We're not gonna give him a shout out though.
Very well.
He's doing very well
these
today.
days. And you know what?
He knows who he is.
He knows who he is. And you know what? I still would consider him my friend. Like, his mom still loves me.
Okay.
And, like, I speak to his family when I see him.
Okay.
But, yeah, he was, he know what he was doing. He know.
Come on, son.